Hope you guys are doing all right. I don't have a whole lot of time, so we're just gonna jump straight into this. I wanted to work on an acrylic portrait today, um, because this paint's coming out quick. Because my painting night event that I go to every week was canceled for election day, so I'm kind of salty about that. But we're gonna stay home and paint for a little bit, so that should make up for it. Okay, first I just want to block in roughly the shape. I'm gonna use a like 1/4 inch flat, like a 1/2 inch flat, and some burnt sienna. Just hopefully block in her head shape real quick. Oh yeah, you guys can see that. You guys can see that fine. Head's like here, there. But yeah, I made a video the other day, so if you haven't seen that, you should definitely watch that. I did stream not too long ago, so if you haven't seen that, you can watch that. I also have a book that I always seem to forget to mention. That's called Fighting Crow. So if you haven't seen that or read that, or even looked at the Amazon thing, that's there. This reference is from a nice person over on Sketchy. It's called. Hold on. Sorry, I just had to disconnect my Bluetooth. I'm not sure if the audio was bad. But a person on the app called Museum by Sketchy gave us this great reference to work from. I kind of regret doing this vertical, but we'll see how it works out. I just want to get a painting done today. I want to boost my ego for the day. I don't know. Do you guys feel like that? But like my day can be going bad, good, or whatever, but like the second I have a successful painting, my mood boosts up. Or the second I have like a really bad, like, oh my goodness, how long have I been painting for? Like one of those kind of days. My day like plummets. But I guess that just means that I care a lot about my art, whether that be positive or negative. Okay, we're gonna take this slow. I want to make sure that I get a lot of this accurate off the start, so I don't have to fix too many things. There we go. That is like that. Okay. I don't usually do this burnt umber or burnt sienna underpainting thing, but why not? Also flowers, which I think will be really nice to add in. Just toss. Doesn't really matter what this shape is. That's a kind of an afterthought. And then the hair comes in and around and across. And then her neckline is there. Okay. Let's use this as a chance to do a wash. A wash. Let's do a big wash over the hair. I don't know what accent that is, but have you guys ever heard people who say wash? Like wash your clothes? Okay. Just block in all this. Block in all that. Okay. And this is acrylic. If I didn't mention it already. This is acrylic paint. I just bought some water mixable oil paints, which I've tried them, but the first impression wasn't great. So I don't know if I even have the strength to try them again, or I don't know if I feel like trying them again. But the first impression was so not great. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's go with a really light wash to try to see the skin tone. Oh, it's still kind of... Okay, that's okay. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. And then just for fun, just for kicks, we'll knock in the back with a value, a mid-tone value. I definitely feel more painterly when I paint with acrylic than I do with gouache. Like doing acrylic paintings makes me want to have a whole studio and like sell my work and all this kind of stuff. There we go. There we go. Okay. That's the basic construction of her face. Let's mix a quick skin tone and block that in, because that's kind of what's holding up this portrait. Trying to get this white out of the tube. There we go. Okay, we're gonna use white. We're gonna use a yellow oxide. I just got this today. Oops. And then we're gonna use the burnt sienna as well. Maybe a little bit magenta as well. There we go. Let's see, take some of that white, some of the magenta. There's a long hair, okay, it's not good. Some of the yellow ochre. Okay, make some more white. Burnt sienna. I'm gonna kind of use this like oil paint right now, just being really messy and like, maybe add some more white to that. Yeah, just be messy and try to get just some of the basic measurements. I'm not crazy about how to... I want to be accurate, but I'm not gonna, kill myself over a mistake at this stage. I want to go a little bit darker and a little bit pinker around her chin. Let's see, and I can be a little crazy with the colors because I'm always going to refine them as we go. You know what? That's the wrong red to use. Let's use this red. This is Naphthol Crimson. If it would come out. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's a nice warm red. Just touch and touch. Touch there. Touch here. There we go. That's the eye. Should be right there. And then that's right there. I want you guys to see more of the painting, so I'm going to come in a little bit. Sorry if you guys can't see the reference, but I think it's more important that you guys see the painting. Oops. There we go. The nose is there. I'm not sure how I feel about having a reference so close to my actual painting. It doesn't, no, I'm not going to say cheating, because there's no such thing as cheating unless you're like stealing somebody's art. But it feels like you're flirting with the idea of like this not being a painting and it being a reproduction of like something else. There we go. Pretty much all of this is darker than it looks right now. Boom. The mouth is over here, and then okay. I'm gonna come in kind of dark and kind of abrasive with this next color. I'm mixing some ultramarine. You know what I was gonna do? I was gonna use the back of my brush to get this little clog out. But then I remembered just the other day, I used one of those brushes to like, I put it in my mouth while I'm painting. I had a bunch of black paint on my tongue. So I'm gonna use another thing to move the little block. I don't know why I put brushes in my mouth, but that's like just my go-to like resting spot for brushes is in my mouth. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go in kind of dark. Boom. Coming around this side, coming around over here. I just want to carve out her face. So that we can just see where it's at compared to the hair. See, and then this is the hard part, cutting this edge. Is like that, and then there's a chin. Also, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed or you don't know, you just saw my channel for the first time, I go by CD. I'm a painter. Most of what I do is not this. Most of what I do is urban sketching and plein air painting. But occasionally I'll do acrylic stuff and I'll do watercolor stuff, and that's usually my vibe. It's stuff that I can do quickly. But today we're doing something different. Okay, what's most bothering me is this little angle right here. I think that's better. And then roll on here, and then the flowers come. I think these are tulips. Is that better? I think that might be better. I think these are tulips. If they're not, please correct me. Here we go. Here. There. There. Okay, so this is the tedious part. I'm gonna spend quite a bit of time just maneuvering in between all these little midtones of her face, which is always the hardest part, but I guess the most important part. There's that. She's much more red on this side that's facing us. Let's see, boom, just touch that in on the nose too. That's there. So I guess accuracy is not the hugest problem right now. What I really want to focus on is like the general color, like I guess the color, what's it called? Not planes. Maybe, yeah, the planes of the color, I guess. That's what I'm really trying to focus on. Just trying to get that right before we delve too far into the accuracy of everything. Okay, I'm feeling like we're relatively accurate. The only thing that's kind of bothering me is I feel like the darks should be much, much, much darker. Like on her face, the shadow side should be much darker, I feel like. And also, if you follow me, you know that there's like an ever-going issue with whether or not all of my pants will become painting pants. And I am happy, I guess, to say that these pants today became painting pants, I guess. I got a bunch of white paint on them. So these have been surrendered, I guess, to the painting side. I just don't really have the energy to like change into painting pants all the time or like put an apron on. Ooh, that was probably not the right color. Yeah, I don't really feel like using an apron. Let's just put that there. She doesn't have eyes yet, so that's kind of creepy. Hey, Adonis, it's good to see you. Oh, I gotta charge mine. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Hope you guys can still see on this angle. I guess we'll find out. You know what's funny, Adonis? Today we're not doing gouache, so. But we usually do. There we go. I think I need to mix a more convincing color for her hair. Because this is a little light and a little... But I do like the frizziness, so I think we're going to try to keep that. I just feel we're a little light for her complexion. Okay, let's go. And I really like this brush too. It's very messy, very like broken. But it's very nice. Let's see. The darkest point is like over here. We could go darker, I think. We can still go dark. Yo, there we go. That's a nice dark color. Let's cut around the chin. I like this stage of the painting because the paint moves around and it's not set yet. So everything you do moves, like all the paint everywhere. You know what? I think to offset everything, I want to give her a red gown. Yeah, I think a red gown would look nice. Maybe we'll change it later. We probably will, actually, yeah. Come to think about it. Probably make it green or like white or something. But for now, it'll be red. There we go. There we go. Another thing I want to really work on in this painting is I always seem to struggle, or it seems like it never clicks for me, even though I know it in my mind. I'm gonna draw something out for you guys really quickly. Hold on. Hey, Laura Jane Arts from England. Love the painting so far. Do you have any huge art goals you are hoping to achieve one day? I actually do. I actually do. Hold on. Before I talk about my art goals, this is one thing I wanted to talk about. I feel like I understand it intuitively. Like, it makes sense in my mind, but I never seem to apply it to my paintings. So if we have a head, right? A head as like a, let's say like a head's a box, right? And this is the head, you know, the nose is right here. Whatever, the eyes, the mouth, whatever, like that, you know what I mean? But a head's not like this. A head is actually like this. It comes out like here, here, and then there's like another plane. There's like a side plane. I hope you guys know what I mean. You know what I mean? The head is like this. You know what I mean? The head's like a concave shape. I feel like I always miss the fact that the side of the head has like depth and it doesn't just cut off right here. You guys know, I don't know how else to explain this. But you know, like a head, like a head has, you know what? Hold on. This is the perfect example. I always feel like I miss the fact that the head has like all of this stuff on the side. And when you have a portrait like this, cutting hard on this line, you're missing out on this plane, all this stuff that like touches, you can barely see, like this plane, this plane, this plane. That's hard to see. So I would like to be able to incorporate that more, but I always forget. I just spent so long explaining something that nobody cares about. It's okay. It's okay. But as far as my art goals go, the first art goal is to have my own studio. That's the big one right now that I would really love to have. Just to have a place that I can like go to and just like fall asleep in working on paintings and like spend all day in there. That's the biggest thing I have right now. And then eventually to make enough money from my art that I don't have to work like a job that's not that. That's a cool piece. Would you sell them? Which one? Oh, I only showed one of them. You can get them for free, Adonis. You can get them for free. So they're like 3D print. They're 3D printed file. But yeah, I would say those are my main art goals. I want to be able to have my own studio that I can work out of and live out of, and like, so I can better dedicate myself to painting. And then I want to be able to make enough money that I don't have to work a traditional non-art related career. So yeah. Do you guys have any art goals? If you guys do, I would love to hear them. I mean, who knows? You guys might give me something that I never even thought about. The paint's starting to get a little tacky, so I think it's drying a bit. There we go. Adonis, I have an even cooler head. So this one, oops. This one you can look up. It's by Oleg, O-L-E-G, Tropin, I think. I think that's the designer. But you can download that. And then I also have this one, which I really like. This one's great for lighting references and like, this one's great. I love this one. I don't know who designed this one though. It's very different. I'm gonna take a big brush and do some of the darker details on the face, which is kind of a risky deal, except for the fact that we can always fix it, so it's not really risky. I think that's the right spot. It's hard to tell. And then there's the other eye. Yeah, I feel like everything should be darker. I feel like this side skin tone should be darker. Like, I feel like it should be more like, that's probably too dark. Let's make something a little lighter. Yeah, something like this. Just touch that in all along the side. That little corner. I hear you. Freelance and having a dream studio is the goal. Drawing hands. Oh, that's actually a really good one. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have a fear of drawing hands, but the more time I spend around other artists, it doesn't make me feel so bad because literally every artist I've spoken to is scared of drawing hands. Even the old veterans that I come in contact with are like sometimes weary, especially in a short amount of time. They're kind of weary about going about hands. So, yeah, I would say that's definitely something that needs. I think we'll both get there though. It's not the craziest goal. But I think is drawing feet harder than drawing hands? I would say, nah. Hands are definitely way harder. Feet, you can kind of like guess with feet. Hands are definitely really rough. It's too dark. And too red. It's too light and too yellow. Laura, do you have a plan on how you plan to attack that and eventually learn to draw hands? Because what I was speaking about in the last live stream, I don't know if it's still up, but I was saying that I really want to go to an art school. I would love to like spend some time in an art school. I've lost all that ego. All the ego that I used to have, like thinking like it's better to be a self-taught artist. I've lost that because I'm nowhere near where I want to be with my art skills. So if it takes an art school to get me there, I am not against that at all. So yeah, oh, what I was saying is I was thinking I want to take some of the classes that Watts Atelier has. And I hopefully that would help me improve a lot. Yeah, I know Watts Atelier is one of them. That's the one I'm most leaning towards is Watts Atelier. I don't know too many other ones. Like online art schools that I actually respect and like know. I don't know too many of them. We need more yellow. I feel like acrylic is deceptive on the palette. Acrylic is very deceptive. It's kind of hard to tell what the color is going to be until you put it down. Do that. I want to go lighter still. There you go. I feel like I need to go lighter still. Lighter and more yellow in the chest area. There you go, put that there. Put some of that there. Put some of this here. A little bit of that, a little bit of this, a touch of that. There you go. I like the yellow kind of coming through. I think I just need to dive in and attempt the 100 hand challenge. That actually would be crazy. I think that'd be a good start though. I've done the 100 heads challenge. I completed that. And actually, you know what? I think the strongest I've ever felt with portraiture was definitely like right after the 100 heads challenge. Because I had my system down, I knew how to break down heads. I like understood how the head worked. But I feel like I've kind of lost some of that, at least with drawing. With drawing, I feel like I've kind of lost some of that like instinct that I had with the 100 heads challenge. I should also mention that none of my heads were done from life. So that probably also has something to do with it. If I should have done like 100 heads from life and like go out to a coffee shop or go out to, I don't know, like a cafe or a library and get some reps in there. That'd probably be more beneficial too than just Pinterest perfect pictures. Pinterest perfect pictures, Pinterest perfect pictures, Pinterest perfect pictures. There we go, some more red. Hi, CD. I tried Watts. Okay, you tried Watts. I can't remember why I didn't continue with it, but it was tough. Really? Okay, good, 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 good. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I know they have a charcoal one, but I know they also have, I don't remember. They had a heads. They have like a heads series. They have a figure series. They have a gouache series. And I think they have a charcoal. Yeah, they have a charcoal series. Yeah, I would love to try it out just to see what it's like. Because I feel like I've learned a lot from like YouTube and my own struggles, but I don't feel like I'm anywhere near where I want to be. And I also want to be, how am I gonna say it? I don't know. Oh, I feel like I want to, like, while I'm still new enough in art, I want to get the best, like, I want to learn the fundamentals the best I can while I'm still, like, new and fresh in art, even though it's been a couple years. But, like, I don't want to wait until I'm 35 and then decide to sit down and learn the fundamentals. Because it's not too late, but, like, I think it'd be different. Especially if I have kids or if I have, like, you know, obligations. That'll make everything a lot harder. Hey, cheese. There you go. So I think right now she looks good. She looks kind of like a very blurry photo, which is a good step. Which is honestly a great checkpoint. That's great. I'll take that all day. I'll take a blurry face all day. I'm gonna mix up some more dark brown for the hair. It's worth signing up to the free trial. I'd say nothing to lose if it's free. I think life got in the way for me. Yeah, I have a feeling that's similar to what's gonna happen to me if I tried right now. I have a lot of things to focus on. Like, I mean, like everyone does. But I would like to wait for a moment when I'm kind of more like free. Maybe this summer or sometime like after that when I'm a little more opened up. And I can just sit around and do like I could sit around and give like 40 hours a week to a painting class or drawing class. But honestly, like this is no hate to Watts Atelier because I'm sure they're great. Even the free stuff that they give out on the YouTube channel is like tremendous. But where did my yellow oxide go? Hold on. Oh, here it is. What I was gonna say is I have a hard time believing that anything that they say on there is gonna be like hidden information, you know? Like I feel like it's gonna be definitely it'll be well curated, but I doubt that any of it is like something I couldn't have learned on a different video. So maybe I should look up like a free course to take first. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe some of it will be like secret, like Watts stuff. I'm sure Watts has a lot to offer. Okay. What's your favorite brand of sketchbook if you have one? I would say, okay, out of all the ones I've tried, like at least for gouache or for painting, I'll do those first, and we could talk about other ones. But for painting, I really enjoy Moleskine. I really like Moleskine. I also really like no, I used to hate this. It's so funny. I made a couple of videos like a while ago talking like not terribly, but like just I didn't enjoy the Stillman and Burn Zeta series sketchbook when I first got it because it was so smooth. The paper was like so smooth, and like the gouache dried strangely on it. But now that's probably my favorite gouache sketchbook. The Stillman and Burn Zeta series sketchbook. I really love that one. You know what? We're gonna make the background light green. I think that'll be really pretty. If the background is like a really dull green. Let's see. Oh, and then also for like everyday sketchbooks, like sketchbooks that I carry with me like to school and like when I'm just outside and stuff like that. Five Below has a sketchbook that's half gray tan paper and then half tan paper, tan toned paper. And I love that sketchbook so much. That's my favorite. Hold on, let me grab it real quick. Let me grab it. This is my favorite sketchbook I've tried for like everyday usage and stuff. Because for one, it's $5. And two, it has, trying to find a paper that doesn't have a nude model on here. Here we go. Okay, so like half the paper is tan like this. Tan, like a warm brown. And then half the paper is toned like this. Like it's a cool gray. So this one's probably my favorite sketchbook. It's like my go-to. It is big though. I wish it was like half the size. I would love that. So yeah, thanks for asking that too. Thank you. I still haven't done my mutual. What is that? What's a mutual? Am I too old to know that? I need to mix up a nice dull green. I don't want it to be too light either, so I want to dull it down with this brown. Let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, I like that. Maybe it might even be too, might still even be too bold of a green. I think it's too light. Oh, mural. Okay, okay. Oh wait, were we talking? Did we? Were you in the other stream? Cheese, were you in the other stream? Because I think I remember that. It's just there. Boom, boom. It's okay if you're dyslexic. That's all right. Even if you're not, and that was a joke, it's all right. Okay, yeah, I remember. Was it for, you were saying you were gonna do a mural in your room, and I think I was saying that was kind of risky, but it's your room, so. If I remember correctly, I don't have the best memory in the world. There we go. I like this color. This is really pretty. Do you guys have a favorite color? I feel like that's kind of like a little kid thing to ask, but I think my favorite colors have changed since painting and since learning about like art and stuff. Because when I was younger, my go-to favorite color every single year, doesn't matter when you asked me, from ages like from birth to like age 17, was orange. It was always orange. I still love orange. Orange is such a pretty color, especially when it's like next to gray or next to black or like next to white. Orange is such a pretty color. But once I started painting, ultramarine blue became like one of the prettiest colors to me. But right now, looking at this light green, and even thinking about like when I see women especially wear this like light green color, I love this color so much. So I think that might be one of my favorite colors too. I have too many things to do on the weekend, so it's gonna be a while before I start. Okay. Are you using acrylic? Or did you say you're gonna, not spray paint? You didn't say spray paint. I just made that up. You might have said spray paint though, so I'm not gonna fully rule that out of the options yet. There we go. I like keeping this black background kind of thick. Where's the green? Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. How do you motivate yourself to draw when you don't feel like it? I'm a full-time games designer. Okay, that's really cool, teacher. And I'm trying to get back in the habit of sketching for fun and turn it to a long-term habit. See, I don't have that problem. I hate to say that. I hate to be that guy, but and I think it might be because your career is so like creative based, and you give so much of your energy to that part of your life. But the rest of my life is like very like technology and like homework and stuff like that. So like drawing is my like outlet. Drawing is like I would much rather be drawing than doing any of this computer homework or like coding homework or any of that stuff. So I just draw because I would much rather be doing it. Like I draw instead of doing my homework sometimes. Or like I'll be doing a painting and I still have like 5 assignments I have to do tomorrow. Because I would just rather be doing this. Like I have an essay that I should already be writing, but I like actually love this, so I would prefer to be doing this rather than anything else. So sorry, I don't really have advice for that. I just paint because I like am in love with the process of painting and drawing too. Even though drawing tries me and makes me feel stupid sometimes, I love drawing as well. Acrylic because I am okay, yeah, that's solid. That's solid. I don't know what else you could use on a what's it called? On a wall. I guess you could use like house paint. But that's kind of like acrylic too, right? Really? Okay. I figured it might be a little more of a creative. It's probably more creative than like a math teacher though. But yeah, I see what you're saying. I think I might have went a little overboard with the green. It kind of overpowers her a little bit. We'll see how this turns out. I might change the background from green to something else. And you know what? We're gonna just go ahead and take this all off. We'll paint in the flowers later. It's kind of getting on my nerves seeing this white on the wood. I just had a washcloth. I just had a rag on my blade. I don't know where it went. Do you guys ever lose something that was right in front of you? Oh, here it is. Okay, I found it. I found it. I wish I could use pencils, but that's really not possible. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that would be possible, and also would take an incredibly long amount of time. So I think it's probably best that pencils don't work. Because that would take you hours. That would take you probably days. Yeah, I could see you using like acrylic paint markers. That's kind of similar. That's kind of similar. Did you think of a concept or like a what are you gonna paint on your wall? All right, Laura. It was really good talking to you. Thanks for answering my questions. Good luck with the painting. Thank you. Good night. See ya. Yeah, Cheese. Do you have an idea? Do you know what you're gonna paint? There we go. I feel like, yeah, definitely her hair goes all the way off to the edge. There you go. Okay, we gotta actually jump into the hard stuff now. We can't dance around anymore. We have to man up. Who's gonna carry the boats if we don't man up and paint the hard stuff now? Okay, I'm just gonna touch it in. I'm just gonna touch in all the hard, the difficult stuff. So start off with her lips. A relatively difficult thing to do. Probably a huge mushroom. Oh yeah, you did say mushroom. Okay, it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back. All coming back. A huge mushroom in the middle with lots of vibrant colors. Thanks for answering. Oh, of course. All right. See ya, seesaw. Seesaw. Okay, that's kind of cool. Seesaw. Just discovered your channel and find it really inspiring. I'll definitely join a stream. Oh, for sure. Thank you, dude. I think I'll be streaming this Saturday, which is my birthday. So we're gonna have a birthday painting stream, maybe, if I'm feeling up to it. I guess we'll see. We will certainly see. But see ya, seesaw. Let's paint in. Yeah, you definitely did say mushroom last time. Okay. Ooh, that's too dark. Let's touch in the lips. Her lips come up to like here. See, I'm not that concerned with being hyper accurate. As long as by the end of this she looks semi-realistic and pretty, that's really all that I'm concerned with. I thought about making this video, and I probably still will. But making a video about why I don't paint ugly people, or like, I think that would be a good clickbait title. So, I've been brewing it with that video and what that would be. That probably should have been this. That probably should have been this painting. Should have been that video. Oh yeah, probably should have done that. But I guess I have another chance. I'll do another painting like this soon. But that's kind of true. Like, artists don't really paint ugly people. Or if they do, like, that's their thing. Like, they know they're doing it for the sake of painting ugly people. Yeah, I want to make a video about that. Just talking about it briefly. I've been painting all day because I didn't have to go to school because I was sick. That's okay. That's always good. Well, not good, but that'll be better. It's not very realistic, but it is in my style, and I think it looks pretty good. That's great. That's great. That's perfect. People always say like you have to make bad paintings to make good paintings, and I relate to that. But like when a painting is good, especially in the beginning, like when you're learning how to paint, it feels so motivating when you actually make a good painting. It's like, oh snap, dude. Am I gonna be Vincent Van Gogh in 10 years? Is that gonna be me? But then you see like some random kid on Instagram who's like 10. They're like a savant. Then you're like uninspired again. But either way, it feels really good when you make a good painting. So, congrats. Who are some artists who you draw inspiration from? Oh, okay. I could go into this for days. I could talk about this for days. As far as like people in the past history, I would say Alphonse Mucha is someone I really love. Um, he is like tied directly to the Art Nouveau movement in France. Art Nouveau. And then I would say Jean Dupas is an old painter I really love. He used a lot of gouache too, which I really respect. Anytime I see gouache, I'm always like 10 times more intrigued on the artist. So so far, Alphonse Mucha, Jean Dupas. I would say maybe Rembrandt. I do like Rembrandt stuff. Um, who else? I would say from more recent history, like current day, Gil Robles. Gil Robles inspires me so much because not only is this man like one of the best painters that I I have seen, he's so underappreciated. He is so talented. He also like works like a normal job too. Like that's insane. He has a family. Like yeah, that guy is incredible. I just imagine what he would be doing if he like. Imagine the kind of work Gil Robles would be putting out if he was just like some single guy sitting. I don't know. That's what I just imagine. He is so good already, but imagine if he didn't have obligations and he could just like sit around and paint all day, every day. And then Robert McGinnis. Robert McGinnis is another one that I really love. He's an old, I think he's like 90 something now. I pray he's still alive. I hope he is. He's like 90 something. He's from Ohio. He played football at OSU. But he is with like the commercial illustrations of the 70s, I believe, 70s and 60s. So yeah, that's who I'm really inspired by. Mostly, if I had to pick like a couple of them, mostly Alphonse Mucha. Oh, Alex Ross. Oh my goodness. I forgot. Yeah, Alex Ross is a heavy hitter. He's known for his Marvel and DC comic book covers. James Gurney. James Gurney is another one. A heavy hitter. But I feel like everybody knows about James Gurney, so I don't really have to mention the the living master that is James Gurney. Who else? Who else are some painters? Yeah, James Gurney is wonderful. Wonderful. And I would say he's almost a better teacher than he is a painter. I would argue that, maybe. I think he's a very talented teacher as well. Might be what people love about him so much is that he's such an instructor and such like the kind of guy you want to like learn from. Yeah. James Gurney is crazy. Bob Ross, let me think. I don't really know if I really love Bob Ross's artwork that much, to be honest with you. I have nothing against him or as a person, but like as far as style wise, I'm more of a like I like commercial illustration. I like yeah, Bob Ross. I mean, I'm not really a huge fan of like the Bob Ross, the Thomas Kincaid kind of vibe. The like very like stuff you would find like a Christmas card. I'm not really a huge fan of that kind of work. It's beautiful though. But I would say I'm more a fan of illustrators. Like, yeah, more of a fan of illustrators. Like, I like Mucha. Um, I like the 70s illustrators. There's so many 70s illustrators to look through. Like, actually, I was reading an article, a blog post, about these guys that were going and interviewing 70s illustrators, and they said they interviewed Doug Johnson, who is like a tremendous illustrator, and I think he did something for Tina Turner. He has some great work, like some pretty prolific work. But they said that they got to his house and he like he was stunned that people even knew who he was. That actually made me like that was so cool. Like this is just some dude, like he's illustrating, doing what he loves, and if people appreciate it then cool, but He's not really all that concerned with if people appreciate it or not. He's more concerned with like just being able to paint and be an artist. That's beautiful. So I definitely took something from Doug Johnson. Doug Johnson's a cool guy too. I think. I don't know much about him. I don't want to be too quick to say he's a great guy because I don't know him. James is the GOAT and inventor. He is an inventor, yeah. I guess you could say that. He's an inventor. Reminds me of Ray Harryhausen. Oh yeah, for sure. Adonis, have you seen any of James Gurney's recent stop motion stuff? You probably haven't, but he's a stop motion as well. He's in a stop motion. And I feel like he's probably mentioned Ray Harryhausen a couple times. Yeah, James Gurney has some really cool stop motion stuff as well. I think it's mostly just tests. I don't know if I've ever seen like a full stop motion work by James Gurney. Okay, something's wrong. I can tell. Something doesn't look right on her face. And I have a feeling, I have a sneaking suspicion that it is her chin. Okay, let's just take this nice and slow. I don't want to rush anything or mess up her face too bad. Because she does look relatively attractive right now, so that's good. That's a good step. Okay, I need to take a step back. It also could be her eyes as well. Her eyes are kind of giving me... I feel like there's an issue there with the eyes as well. You guys probably see the issue better than I can see the issue. Because I've been looking at this painting for so long. Yeah, let's try something with these eyes. Let's get rid of that line. Let's get rid of this line. Let's cut this kind of like there. Yeah, you're right. The eyebrows will shape the face, but I'm already seeing a lot of issues without them, so I need to kind of buckle up and man up and fix this. It really is like, I know some of you guys, I don't think Adonis is a painter. I know Adonis isn't a painter, but sometimes it's like, it literally is like, I have to man up and like be willing to fix this. Because you could easily just be like, yeah, I'm not going to fix that. This can be too much work. I'm not going to fix that. But there's a James Gurney video, back on the James Gurney train, but there is a James Gurney video where he's painting his granddaughter, like she's like a baby, and he's like all the way through the painting, and he's like, yeah, I don't really like that, and he wipes it off, and then restarts. I always think that's so crazy. Like that was such like a boss move. He's like, actually, I don't like this. I don't like this whole face. He takes like a wet rag and just wipes the whole painting, and then restarts. But you can tell why, because he made it like 30 times better. So I guess you have to trust that you're capable of making it better and not worse. And even if you do make it worse, you can make it better after that. So right now I would like to carve out this whole side of her face and make it a lot darker. Let's see if we can't. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There. That's a nice value. Connect all of this, the shadow to here. Boom, boom, boom. This side of her nose. We got to reclaim that little bit of light right there, but it's kind of a harsh line to put in, but we'll fix that later. I know exactly what you're talking about. I did that in art in middle school. If the painting was messed up, I just let it ride and keep going without addressing the issue. Definitely takes a lot to restart. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's something I even still I struggle with that, because if it's like good enough, I'd be like, Yeah, we'll just let that one. Yeah, we'll just let this one be a bad painting. But I think that was really inspiring to see James Gurney just straight up be like, I don't like this. I'm gonna restart right now and fix it. That also reminds me, I have an idea for a book that I want to make of like words that should be in use, like, and I feel like there's no word. There's like the word adrenaline dump is kind of the closest thing to it. But like there should be a word for like when you're most of the way through something and then it fails and you have to restart, like that feeling when you want to like that feeling of like, okay, I'm not going to do this anymore. Even if it was like a 5-minute task, just the fact that you had to redo it is like makes it 10 times harder. There should be a word for that. I don't know if it exists. I don't know if it exists. Okay. Yeah, her face is definitely, there's something wrong with the eyes, something wrong with the side of her face as well, which is kind of getting on my nerves a bit. But that is okay. Also the nose as well. There's an issue with the nose too. Wow. Lots of issues. Okay, we're gonna make a skin tone that's like one of the brighter tones on the face. Hope that's not too hard to explain. Just mixing. Adding some of that, adding some pink. Okay, let's see if we can't kind of finagle. The nose actually takes up a lot more of the face than I think I'm giving it credit for. Not even in a bad way, but in a great way. Nose comes down here. And it actually takes up all of this space as well. And then there. Adjust the shade. Adjust shade the chin, then you're golden. Yeah, we'll see. I think it comes in a little high. It's hard to see. It's always difficult to see. And then this. I'm trying to blur my eyes to see. Okay, we made 2 issues. Okay, 2 big issues I can see right now. Okay. Bigger the nose, the better. Okay. Well, great. Okay. One issue I see is that this point should be a little bit higher, I believe, than it is now. And it doesn't have to be perfect either, so just better. I want it to look a little better. This point actually should be right like here. Boom. And then the eyebrows should be eyebrows should go like this. There. Let's go a little lighter. I don't want to mess this up. Eyebrows should rest like here. That's the eyebrow. And then this eyebrow is in line with this, so it's here. And it goes here. Okay, and I want to blend. Like Adana said, we're going to blend into the hair. Okay, let's see if we can't. I feel like we just need to take a little bit from this right here. Right there, and take a little bit from here. And then just work this edge out. And let her hair kind of fall over her shirt. Yeah, this look kind of good. Let the hair kind of fall over there, fall over here. There we go. I kind of like that. I think it looks better. Adonis, you do need to start sketching. I would love to see you. I would love to see the kind of artwork you would make. I feel like you would make very Salvador Dali type art if you were to be an artist, Adonis. Like not even abstract, just very like strange compositions and like strange themes that only you would understand. Or like you and people like 1,500 years in the future would understand. I feel like that's the kind of art you would make if you made art. Hope that wasn't an insult. I think that was a compliment, in my opinion. You know what? I'm gonna take this whole value is much darker. I don't even know why I'm playing around. This whole value of the eye and underneath the eye is much darker than it is. And then this is darker too. And then this whole thing is kind of dark. And then in here is darker. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm playing around, like touching and going. I need to just, this is darker than it is, so I need to darken it up. Okay. Okay, I'm actually about to go. I've been here for 71 minutes. Wow, that's a good stream. That's a good stream. I feel like I usually chicken out and leave at like 20 minutes. And I don't ride out the storm of weird comments and whatever. I always leave early. But today we made it, so I'm very proud. There we go. Just put that red back in. I'm gonna let this dry. I'm actually gonna go to a college event tonight. So when I get back tomorrow, when I get back tonight, I'm gonna probably knock out, go to sleep, and then I might let this sit for a day or two. Is Dali surreal? Yeah, Dali's surrealism. Yeah. Abstract? Abstract is kind of like when it doesn't represent, it doesn't even look like the natural world. That's abstract. Or that's called non-representational abstract. And then there's representational abstract, which is where it kind of looks like something, but like not in the traditional way. That's representational abstract. And then surrealism is just like using things that are in the real world, but in strange and like unsettling ways. So that's Dali, where clocks are melting, and like women's faces are like looking through tubes of like whatever, you know, just like very strange, like, where am I? Like if you woke up, you'd be like, where am I at? So yeah. Okay. Thanks for the advice, Adonis. Also, I'm not gonna get drunk, so that's not the kind of event this is. But thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's it. That's it for now. We'll finish this later. Francis Bacon. I actually don't remember Francis Bacon. Wasn't Francis Bacon a U.S. Army general?